Hello everybody and welcome back to another video on my iRacing journey. It is, for me, it's Thursday evening, but for you, when you're seeing this, it's probably going to be Friday morning. I don't know why that matters, but I've said it anyway. This is the Production Car Simlab Challenge. We are going to have a punt at this in the Toyota GR86. We're at Mugello this week, or Mugello. I'm not really sure how you're supposed to pronounce it. I think it's Mugello. That's how I've always said it. I could be wrong. Willing to be corrected. It's not a particularly high strength of field today, but despite that, I've still not managed to qualify as well as I'd like. And yeah, we're just going to have to see where we end up. It's a 25-minute race and a full pace lap, so it's going to go on for a bit, this one. If I recall correctly, this pace car doesn't go massively fast. Let's have a quick look if I can get on there. Into 75 k's an hour. Yeah, so 75 k an hour pace car. It's going to take some time to get around the track for the pace lap. So what I'll do is I'll stick a link, or I'll stick a timestamp rather in the video description for, I don't know, as we're coming out of the last corner. So you can skip ahead to that point if you choose to, but the downside is that you're going to miss my amazing patter on the way around, which is going to be really funny now if I don't say anything all the way around and properly waste your time. Where's this guy going?
Car number 01 in the left column.
Steady on, big lad. Pace car's not gone anywhere yet. So, new track for this season. I have raced here before. We were here for the GT3 fixed and the VRS GT3 series. I don't think it was last week. Maybe the week before. Yeah, the week before, week 2. I think it was. And yeah, I don't recall doing particularly well in either of those, but I think that's more down to my skill or lack thereof in the GT3 machinery. This car as well. I mean, I have had a good sort of. You know, I've used the whole extent of the half-hour sort of pre-race practice, you know, the registration time beforehand to put in some laps, try and get some practice done. And I still feel a little bit wobbly in places, but I think that's more down to the fact that I've chosen quite a low downforce setup to try and take advantage of the long sort of straight periods of track to try and make up any time, or to try and maximise overtaking opportunities, particularly down the start-finish straight. Of course, the downside to that is that through the corners I'm a little bit unstable, a little bit wobbly, but if I can keep it on track for, you know, the 25 minutes without doing anything completely wild, and totally losing control of the car, I can I can probably do pretty well, I like to think. But as I say, we're just going to have to wait and see. Plans for the rest of the week in terms of races, I am planning to get at least 2 more Butt Kicker Cup videos in, because that's going to be our focus for the season. And I'd just like to thank whoever that was that messaged me on Discord for interrupting this take. And then I think, so 2 more Butt Kicker Cups gives us probably Saturday morning and Monday morning. And then for Sunday morning, I'm going to try and squeeze in a GT3 race at Daytona again. Just whichever one I happen to be around for, whether it's the fixed series race or the VRS sprint race. I'm not sure which one I'd prefer to do at this point, because either way, I don't really feel as though I have buckets of pace at Daytona in the GT3 cars, so nor in the GT4 cars really, but you know, the competition in that GT3 machinery is so fierce. Even at at whatever iRating you sit at, I'm sure you know the competition is going to be extremely fierce, just because it's the most popular series on the service. And that's absolutely reflected in the numbers. I mean, I'm regularly seeing upwards of 300 people registering for races in the evenings here in the UK. Anyway, looks like we're about to go green, so I'm going to try and close up to the leader here.
Get ready.
And I'm expecting I shouldn't get black flagged because I'm not. Well, I mean, we'll see actually, won't we? This is a bit. Well, this is going to be a new experience for everyone, really, isn't it?
Floor it. Green, green, green.
Am I going to get alongside? Yeah.
Still there. Clear right.
Yeah. There's never any chance of me actually taking that position. I just wanted to maybe squeeze him a bit and make him a little bit uncomfortable. I'm really not expecting to take the position off him. You know, his rating is... I mean, it might as well be a... You know... I can't think of a decent analogy, really, but the guy is just going to drive off into the distance. And as far as I'm concerned, if I can bring the car home in P2 over for the class, I am going to be very, very happy. Just to keep it on the road, to be honest. Yeah, I'm feeling very sort of unsteady, particularly I feel like I'm going to feel quite unsteady, especially for these first couple of laps or so, just because I don't trust the you know, the lack of mechanical grip at the moment, particularly with the tyres being as cold as they are. But hopefully that confidence will improve over the next little while as the tyres warm up. So this could be a little bit of a... this might not be the most exciting race in the world. It looks like we're going to be in a vacuum pretty early. And the only thing that we're maybe going to expect is some MX-5s to come and make things interesting. But I'm not sure how likely that is either. I suppose the only thing you really got to look forward to is, or the only thing you're going to be able to make bets on is whether or not I drop the car. And I'm going to be totally honest, it's not out of the question. I reckon if you wanted to lay a bet on me losing control and well, finishing my race in a barrier, you'd be you'd have a decent chance of winning some money on that. And the other question, of course, as well, is whether or not I've put enough fuel in the car. I'm pretty confident that I have. But we'll see, I guess. Actually, we can probably check. This is probably long enough now. Estimated laps 11. Yeah. I reckon we're going to be okay.
The leader has just done a 207.3.
I mean, I started with 28 litres. Which, in hindsight, I probably should have started with a little bit more, because I was expecting the full pace lap. But we'll wait and hear what Jim says as we get to the halfway point, and we might have to think about a cheeky bit of fuel saving.
Okay, Dan, keep doing what you're doing. This is spot on. That's 20 minutes to go. What more? It's getting closer. The gap's now 0.9.
That first Arrabbiata corner catches me out so much. Every single time. Sometimes I get it right, and I'm convinced that when I do get it right, it's a total accident, and I've got no idea what I did. Next big question, of course, is just how close is Woodmore going to get? Is he going to end up challenging for this this P2?
Fastest lap. Sector 1 is 1.2 off the pace.
I mean, he's 2/10 quicker than me on the last time round, so that's encouraging. Oh no, he's just gone into the gravel. Just spotted that in the mirror. That's a relief. It takes an awful lot of the pressure off. And we can see on the relative as well that we've got a Mazda there that's going to be gaining on us very quickly. Yeah, see there, that felt right, and it's reflected in
the gap in front is increasing. It's now 8.8 seconds.
It was reflected in the delta on the dash there. But for the life of me, I'm not entirely sure what I did. Yeah, it's hilarious, really, because I managed to build up what, about half a second up from my from the best lap, and then I've just binned it all in the last sector.
P2. That last lap was a 210.2.
Looks like Caleb isn't very happy. We'll probably see that in the replay afterwards. Find out what happened there. Now, the other exciting thing to note, which is something I need to be careful about talking about something off topic while I'm driving, is that I don't know if it's going to come across properly on YouTube when this eventually gets here, but I have done a bit of experimenting with OBS and found out that it is possible, in fact, to capture the entire 30-inch display that I'm using. So you now should be seeing everything that I'm seeing.
Okay,
I don't
Dan,
know.
15 minutes left. That's 15 minutes.
I don't really know what else to say about that, to be honest. I just thought it might be an interesting thing to note, and it certainly makes things easier for me because I'm not having to shift my overlays
The gap to what more behind is now 2.3.
an inch or so in from the edges of the screen, so that you guys can see them. Because as it was when I was on the old settings, if I put the overlays where they are now, they'd be cut off sort of around here somewhere. I think, yeah, about there. And I shouldn't have done that because now I've just lost buckets of time to the car behind me trying to do that, so I need to get a hold of my own hubris and concentrate.
Alright Dan, half distance. Fuel is tight. You might need to save some fuel to get to the end.
Outstanding. I knew I should have put some more in. Well, no, I didn't. That's a lie. I had absolutely no idea. I just assumed that the same fuel I've been using for every previous iteration of this race would work for this one. Let's get the fuel up, start working it out. So we've got 7.2 laps to go. No, we haven't. Okay, it wants an extra litre apparently.
That lap was a 2:10.5.
Well, we're not doing that.
0.1 off the pace. Sector 2 is a second off the pace. Sector 3 is 0.8 off the pace. The gap to what more behind is increasing. It's now 3.2.
Yeah, we're not stopping for an extra litre. Not a chance. Shouldn't have to stop at all, really. We're just going to have to shame ourselves by fuel saving.
Okay, Dan, you've used half your fuel.
Oh, okay. Right, okay, so the halfway point of the race was like a lap ago.
You've got 10 minutes left.
But
10
I've only
minutes to
just...
go.
Oh, crikey. But I've only just used half my fuel. Okay. Yeah, I mean, if this goes to a 12th lap, I don't know. Do you know what? The hell with it. We'll just go hell to leather.
That lap was a 2:10.3.
And just go, you know, pin it all the way to the end.
Good consistency. Keep them coming.
We're not going to do any more fuel saving, and then if we if we get to the end and I don't get across the finish line because I didn't overfuel it, I didn't fuel enough, then well, that'll just be a nice funny end to the video then, won't it? Yeah, let's get rid of that. Stop worrying about it. Nothing we can do about it now. Right, we're just going to have to hope that this Bjorn fella doesn't really do anything silly here. He's got loads of space to the cars around him. I've got loads of space to the cars around me. If he's going to go for an overtake, he's welcome to it as far as I'm concerned. I'm not racing him, I don't care. I'm not going to defend the position. Oh. Ah, right, okay, he's blinking.
On your left. Still there.
Don't know why he's gone to the left though.
Hold your line.
We'll lift a bit here, let him
Last
go.
lap time was a 2:10.4.
There's no point fighting him through that. All that's going to do is ruin both of our races if we come together. It's clearly faster anyway. And I'm not fighting anyone. So...
The gap to Watmore behind is now 3.4.
Of course, the benefit as well is that I might get a little bit of a draft.
Class leader. We're racing this car for position, so there'll be no blue flag.
Oh, he's gone. Okay, and he's back. Yeah, if I can stay with him, I might get a little bit of a draft from him on some places where it matters. Clearly I'm not doing that corner properly, which is going to help me, and that draft is going to help me build more of a safety gap to Kevin behind me.
Cabrera has been disqualified.
I wonder if that was Caleb. I think it was.
Alright, Dan, you've got 10 minutes of fuel remaining.
That should be fine. 10 minutes of fuel remaining with, you know, just over 5 minutes of race left. It was never in doubt. Don't even know why I was worried.
That's 5 minutes to go. Come on, keep it together. We'll be on the podium here.
Oh. Oh dear. Oh.
Track limits.
I didn't even consider that it was a clean race until then. Could have done without that, really. That being said, though, I did invalidate my second qualifying lap by going off track in that exact spot. So it definitely wasn't going to be a clean event. Just have a bit of a lift.
Slower class car ahead.
Oh, there is absolutely no need to be in the boot of his car at the moment. So we're going to, although I'm not going to, come completely off the gas. I'm not going to try and overtake him, because what's the point? What I'm going to do is just give him a little bit of space every now and again. Particularly if in places like this where it's likely I'm going to, the suck is going to bring me quite close. It's definitely worth a bit of a lift at the end of the straight, just to keep us all safe.
Left side. Clear left.
Oh, okay. A bit slow at the exit there, wasn't he?
Car right. Hold your line. Clear right.
Slower car ahead. This guy's their class leader, but we're racing for position. You won't see the blue flag. The gap to Watmore behind is now 4.7.
Oh, another off track. I really could do without
Track limits.
these.
Watch those lines.
I think I'm just getting sloppy now.
That's 2 minutes left. 2 minutes.
So we should get the white flag this time across the line, and I expect we should have plenty of fuel to go for a 12th and final lap. Yeah.
Okay, Dan, one more to go. Keep it together, we'll be on the podium.
Oh. Oh, I'm really not a fan of those sausage curbs.
5 minutes of fuel remaining. 5 minutes.
Oh dear, could do without you doing that, Bjorn.
Push, 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 or we'll lose this place.
What are you talking about, Jim? Nice. Pretty happy with that, not gonna lie. It was, although it wasn't the most exciting
Well done, Dan.
race,
Great drive.
and there
That's a
wasn't
podium.
really any racing that happened, it was, yeah, it was a decent drive, to be fair. I am pretty happy with that result. I think with a lot of this, it's also an achievement just to keep the damn thing on the road. You know, at any point I could have totally ruined that by, well, losing control of the car, or I don't know, perhaps getting a little bit too close to Bjorn at the end there and punting him off the track, or you know, something similar. But yeah, let's rewind this to the start of the session and have a look at the incidents. This obviously hasn't timed very well because he's already off the track. So we'll rewind this a little bit and see what's going on. Okay, I think you just missed your braking point there. Got a little bit too keen and... oh dear, what was that? Oh, brilliant. Nice little unsafe rejoin. Terrific. That is absolutely protestable. Oh. Gonna need a big portal to get yourself out of that one. Oh no. Yeah, careful. Careful with the rejoin there. At least he's stopped. Oh. Oh, that could have been so much worse. If he'd not caught that and gone back onto the track, that would have been horrendous. Oh, good grief. That was just incredible. Who's... Is it this guy that's caused that? Nice. Well done. Well done. Okay, that's a blinker. Is this going to be another blinker? Yeah. Ooh. I mean, that would have been a, you know, an impressive power slide if he'd managed to catch that. Nice. It's amazing anyone can pick up any safety rating at these events. Cause oh, what on earth was that? Why was this guy on the brakes? What's going on here? Have they come together before, or why are you? I'm interested into why he was slowing down there. I think this guy is going to be a blinker. Oh yeah, you saw that a bit too late, didn't you? Oh dear. Good grief. Beyond again. That's... yeah. Oh my god, that was just straight up murder. I mean, that wasn't particularly clever either. Okay. Blink? Yeah. Okay. That's unfortunate. It's probably very easy to do in those cars. I haven't actually tried this track in the Mazda yet. That's the blink, and the blink. Right, is the Toyota just gonna punt? Yeah. Good grief. Unbelievable. Cool. Give me a blinker. Yeah. Bjorn's a blinker, yeah. I mean, you did sort of run him out of road. It's kind of your fault. Oh, come on. That must have been post-race. Whoa. Well, that's going to get a protest. That was absolutely deliberate, that wasn't it? Right. Well, I'll save that replay and I'll go back and clip some of the protestable stuff later, depending on how I feel. But yeah, as I say, overall, pretty happy with that result. Like I say, I'm a bit disappointed and a little bit sorry that there wasn't much actual racing going on there. I was hoping that this time of day that I was recording, I think the race began at 8:30 in the evening UK time. So I was kind of hoping that there'd be a little bit more participation going on at this time, so they'd be a little bit busier and a bit of a closer strength of field. But here we are, I guess. Anyway, stick with me. I'll go get the results up and we'll have a look at where we stand afterwards. So I'll be right back. Okay, so funny thing, I think the the racing logo there just snipped to one side because I didn't configure it properly. Oh well. Right, results. So, just the one split with a strength of field of 1400. Looks like a little bit disappointing in terms of participation, but there we go. 2 incident points plus the 1 I got in qualifying makes it a less than 0.1 gain in safety rating, but we got a decent chunk of iRating as well, which is always nice to see. Yeah. So, Bjorn did fantastically well here, actually having started 15th and worked his way all the way up to first in class. That's that's really good. Wow, fantastic. I mean, I probably shouldn't expect any less from a nearly 4K iRating driver in that kind of field, and yeah, I mean that's interesting to see. And poor Alejandro losing 84 here. I mean, I don't want to focus on the iRacing. It's really not that important, to be honest, with you as far as I'm concerned. But yeah, that kind of wraps it up, really. There's not much more to say about that. I might consider recording another race tonight to go out on at some point later in the week. But yeah, I'll see how I feel about that. Until next time, thanks very much, everybody, for watching. I do truly appreciate that your time is valuable, and that you choose to spend your time with me watching these videos really does mean an awful lot, particularly when I see the likes and the comments and the subscriptions. Yeah, it's fantastic. It really does help. If you're watching this and you're not already a member of the iRacing service, in that unlikely event, if you feel like having a go at what I'm showing you, do please consider using my referral link in the video description. That will help me out just by sending me a little bit of extra cash. It's not going to cost you anything extra. It's just a sort of recruitment reward. So yeah, that wraps it up. If there's anything for me, please do leave a comment in the comments section, because there's nowhere else to leave them. And I will get back to you as soon as I can, because as I say, it's really important for me to engage with you, the community, because you make this possible. So whatever it is you choose to do with the rest of your day, have a cracking one, and I will see you next time.